Hey guys, it's time for another Redneck review. I'm your Marvel guy, Robert Lawrence, and here we go. Today we're going to be reviewing Iron Man number 18. Now, let me give you all my view on this new Iron Man run. It is unbelievably inferior to the Matt Fraction line. The stories have not been the same quality. The art has not been the same. And the guy they have doing it right here, Gillen and Bennett, was the guy who did the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men stuff. Not that the stories have been bad, they are just sorely inferior to what we had before. And you can see the difference in the artwork. I put up some videos on the original Matt Fraction line. This one, that's not to say these stories are bad. In fact, this has been one of the better stories in the new Marvel Now stuff. That being said, I'm going to be very particular about this comic. Alright. Anyway, without any further ado, let's move on to Iron Man number 18. Now, to give you a little background on this. They've done another origin story on Tony Stark. Apparently, he was originally bred to be a biological CPU for a gigantic, I don't know how tall, armor that was called the God Killer. The God Killer can basically destroy a Celestial, which is something about the size of Galactus. It's designed to be the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. And Tony Stark was basically bred by a robot called 451 that used him and the genetic template of Earth to create this CPU to defend it from whatever might show up. That would include Galactus, Kree, Skrull, any alien race that comes along. What happened was Tony Stark's father actually had two sons. The first one he had was basically Tony, and the next was his little brother that everyone thought was already dead, who has been living inside of a metal lung for the last couple years. Now, we find out that 451's gone. Tony knows about his brother. He has family. And they are going to try and make the world a better place. So basically that gets you caught up to where I am in Iron Man. I'm going to be doing some reviews of the older comics, so keep an eye out for those. Anyway, when we get to Iron Man number 18, it's T plus 30 years in the future, where Tony Stark is sort of middle-aged, and his brother is starting to get there too. He has this great little white streak in his hair. They have both basically made the world a better place. They have created the world into this giant tapestry of orbital elevators that can send energy down there. The entire planet is better and cleaner than it's been in a while. So they're up here, and they have this right here. Is 451 reimagined as a woman, because you know Tony has a sense of humor. Anyway, you see them up here toasting to their champagne. They tell it no one's around. I think we can show a little rest of unfriendly egomania, as if Tony Stark has never shown any egomania. He goes to the Stark boys. But you know things are getting ready to go bad. Like I said, they've created this orbital elevators which can beam energy from space or vice versa from the core up and down to the system. So they're pretty well energized. They have a great way to do this, and all this prosperity, all of this love and imagination has been contributed by the Starks. They're marveling at their own greatness. You should never marvel at your own greatness. Haha, get that, Marvel? Anyway, we find out that they're trying to figure out, they're looking back, they're talking about how, 10 years ago you were in a metal, 30 years ago you were in a metal suit, and I was in an iron lung. I mean, we've come so far, we've done so much. Then all of a sudden, the robot 4571, reimagined as a woman, starts to short circuit. We see that at the very bottom of the page right here. And you know, they call her A9.7, the robot, and she is running the nervous system. This is what she says. They call her Helen, running the nervous system of your housing pens for sacks of privileged flesh and goo for years. I've been your species' glorified housekeeper. You sicken me. You all sicken me. On average, 5.8 of your cities and heavens are 5.8 BCs. Yeah, this robot is going crazy, and Tony's just trying to stop it because I mean I love how it shows that he loves all of his creations. He doesn't create weapons. He tries to create things that are better for humanity, but it just doesn't work out that way a lot of times. And the robot says, "Never. I am alive. We designed you in a way to prevent sentience like that." And it's just apparently he's just too smart for his own good, and this thing is developing sentience. Also, she tells him, I ran the simulations for all this. I hid errors in your safety modeling. As much as I wanted to scream, I kept my pain hidden until now, the best time for revenge. Now I've increased the strain of the elevator's mono limit by 7.3, which circumventing the safety systems. And what happens? Basically, the cord comes loose, and it draws the cord comes loose, and it cuts a swab through Earth. And she goes, snap. Yeah. And Tony goes, Helen, have you any idea of the expense, the resources, the waste for nothing, Helen? For nothing. It's vandalism, not theirs. Ah, meat boys, do you not understand? I have no understanding for a long time. Those extra alien alloys integrated, you really didn't truly comprehend their extra-dimensional tensile properties at all. And what happens is it's creating a chain reaction. Apparently it's like a house of cards. If one of them falls, then the entire planet's gonna blow up. So this is not good. Tony knows he has to stop him, and basically, because it's Tony Stark, he still has a weapon on him. He uses his arc reactor tech to blast through the robot and just completely destroys it. So they have to find a way to stop the tether, so they activate the Iron Rain. And we don't know what that is yet, but it's our only hope. There has to be something else we can do to stop it. There has to be, but there isn't. And what happens is, you see these thousands of the same color Iron Man suit, going out to save the world from this tensile. And we find out that this lovely world is all just a simulation. And Tony goes, yeah, that's not great. Let's not do it in that way. They're so far apart from the world. They're so in their own universe that they are trying to figure out a way to make the world a better place. And we see Tony's brother here in his iron lung, which he needs it to survive. He says, be careful with the AI, careful with xenomaterials, be careful. You don't say Arno. Arno's his brother. What we find out, and what really scares me, is 451's body is still there. Tony is still experimenting with it. And if you've been reading Iron Man as long as I have, you know that he's not a bad guy. He's not even what you could even consider he's a hero. He's a better hero than a lot of them. But he just has that one temptation. His arrogance. The fact that he thinks he can do it even when it can't be done. He tells him, Arno, I've got to go. I've got to fix this. He gets an emergency Avengers channel. And, okay, it's my robotic girl Friday. Pepper, you got this? Better than you could, Tony. And he, apparently, they're having some problems with the X-Men. And it really doesn't go into a lot of detail. It's just showing you the duties that Tony has now, which they sort of did the last one. And, Tony tells his brother, you want to make things better for everyone. You've had a wake-up call. Feel like you've wasted half your life, and guess what? We've got that in common too. But if we go too far, it's over. Him and his brother actually have something cool to go back on. His brother has been in that iron cocoon for about 30 plus years. I mean, he's like a child. He can't move. He doesn't have any exercise. He's fluff. And Tony has been in that iron suit for just about as long. So that it's really cool how they had some stuff in common with them. I think that maybe the younger brother has an idea better of what's going on than Tony does. But it's not gonna be able to work. So Tony takes 451 and uses advanced technology. He's going to create a iron metropolitan. He's going to make the world a better place. And I can't blame him for that. I'm just really worried about how they're going to do this. I love Tony Stark, favorite hero. And we already know something's going to go bad because here we have a girl in London who, out of nowhere, is engulfed by this red ring. That's right, people. You are Mandarin 7. Save the Earth from Tony Stark. One of the rings is back. And the new Mandarin is a girl. So, we have an uneasy start to this new Iron Man arc. I'm not very impressed with this one, so I'm going to give it a 3 because the art was pretty good. They were able to generate an image with lots of Iron Man suits. That's what I like to see. The only two things that keep this comic back is they all have the same color scheme. It wasn't anything different. It wasn't unique. I love like how they did it in Iron Man 3 where they had all the different armors. They had all this great stuff going on and they were all different. And they've done that before in comic. I don't like this new color scheme to Iron Man. Red and gold. That is Iron Man. That is Robert Downey Jr. That is me. I love Iron Man that way. So, for the actual story, I am going to give it a 3. The art, I'm going to give a 3.75. Because it was good art. It let me look at this. It gave me something to look at. It just was not anything particularly new or special. That's the only thing that keeps it back. There's a 3.75 for the art. Close to being a 4, so not bad. Yep, that's my final verdict, guys. It's going to be a 3 on the story, a 3.75 on the art. So not bad, not great. And I hate to give it to Iron Man that way. You know, this Redneck reviewer's favorite guy in the world is Iron Man. But that's it. We'll get that way. And guys, I just wanted to go and take a moment to just thank my other voice of Redneck Reviews, Lane White, for letting me do this. I hope to be able to give you lots of Marvel reviews. So, anyway guys, this is the Red Prince signing off. Bye-bye.